Okay. I think we're almost good to go.
What is almost good to go?
We're about to start in 1 minute. Are you ready for us? Thank you for joining, Marcus. How about Kimberly? Kimberly, are you there?
I do not know what you are doing now. Why are we starting?
Wait, we're about to start in 1 minute. Yes, we are going to start now. So I'm trying to put us.
Oh, I'm kind of a little shy. Or are we on live?
Yes, we are.
Custom streaming service. And
Yes, we
where
are.
is that? Kimberly. Oh.
Yeah, I think Kimberly is there. Yeah, I see Kimberly now. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kids Tech Talk. Yeah, so this is another edition of Kids Tech Talk, and I'm so excited to have you all here. This is a special place where we get to hear from our amazing young coders. Some are as young as 5, and others are in teens. They have been working on some amazing projects. They have been working hard to explore the world of coding. And today, they are here to share with us their experience, their amazing experiences, their challenges, their favorite moments from their coding journey. Some of them have been building their games, some of them have been building their apps, some of them have been solving problems with code, and they all have one or two unique stories to share with us. So I'm so thrilled to hear about their creativity. I'm so thrilled to hear about their persistence, how long it took them to work on each project, and the kind of cool projects they have built. I'm sure you're also excited to hear them too. Okay, so now let's relax and sit back and hear how our talented young minds as they dive into today's Kids Tech Talk. My name is Claire, and I will be your host for today. All right, so welcome, guys. So I'm going to be pinning our guests for today. They have been learning how to code for the past 5 weeks in the Summer of Code edition, and they are going to be sharing with us. So I'm going to be pinning them, and they are going to be introducing themselves to us. They'll tell us their names, their age, and what they have been learning. Okay, so I'm having here with me Kimberly. Kimberly, you're welcome. And let me add to the spotlight. I have Marcus. Marcus, did I get your name correctly? Did I spell it correctly? Pronounce it correctly? I mean, you're muted if you're trying to say something.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Now you know. I see you have unmuted yourself. So let's start with the introduction. I'm so excited to have you guys here, and I can't wait to know what you have for us today. Okay, so let's start with Kimberly. Kimberly, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us your name, your age, and what you're learning.
And aren't you supposed to be happy, Kimberly?
Please. Kimberly. She is. Well, Kimberly, we can't hear you.
Can't
I think
even
something is wrong with the audio. Oh, we still can't hear you. Are you connected with one earpiece or something? Okay, so while Kimberly is trying to fix that, Marcus, are you there?
I touched.
Kimberly, are you back? No, we can't hear you. Let Marcus do the introduction. Marcus, go ahead.
Introduction?
Yes, tell us your name, your age, And I think I want to know the favorite thing about you. Probably the favorite thing you like doing, maybe anything generally. So go ahead, you have the floor.
Hello, my name is Luca Marcos. I am 8 years old. I've been learning Scratch for a while, and
Mm,
now I want to show you tell you the experience I've been having in coding.
wow, I'd love to hear that. Okay, so you didn't tell me the favorite thing about you, or you don't have any?
I do not know, but the most favorite thing I love doing on this holiday is logging into Scratch and thinking about some amazing projects to make.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, if you're not coding, do you have something else you do if you're not coding?
Uh, I don't know.
So Marcus doesn't have any other thing he does. That's quite an interesting personnel. Kimberly, are you
Like
there now?
sometimes some other things can also give me some inspiration to these Scratch projects.
What could
One
that be?
time I decided of making a cartoon using Scratch.
How was the
Is
outcome?
one of the cartoons online gave me the inspiration to make the project, but I haven't done it, and I now figured out that it was kind of going to be hard. And
Hmm.
when I also started thinking of some other projects or watching videos from online on how to make them, I started forgetting about that one, but it's still in my mind. It's
Wow.
going to be in my mind for a very long time.
Okay. So is it safe to say you are a cartoon lover? You love watching cartoons?
Not really. Sometimes I forget about it.
Okay, okay, that's cool. That's cool. I think Kimberly is here to fix her. Kimberly, if you don't
But
like
when there is
that,
no cartoon, that's the time I forget about it and think about it in other things, because I never get tired. I just
what
always want to bring out my energy to do something.
that's cool. That's cool. That's the energy. I love that. Okay, so we have another person here in our midst. We have Amida. So Amida is going to be introducing herself. She's also one of those people that we invited. She's our guest. Guest. Guess what would I call it? Oh, let me just say guest. So she's going to be introducing herself. She'll tell me her name. She'll tell me her age. She'll tell me what she has been learning and one favorite thing about her. So Amida, are you there? Are you good to go?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you have the floor.
Um, Good day, everyone. My name is Hamida, and I am 16. And I learned how to build websites using HTML and CSS. One favorite thing about me, I don't know.
Does it mean Amida is okay? Why is everybody not knowing? Probably I should tell you one favorite thing about me, should I?
Ma,
Yes, Marcus.
sometimes we usually
What
things
did you
we
say?
like. When we are when something's on our mind.
You're muted.
Um,
All right, so let's
we
continue.
sometimes forget about things when we are probably working on something or doing something else that might make us forget it. But we can also still remember it later,
I love that. Okay, so now
because
let's go to okay. Yeah, Marcus. I thought you were
sometimes
done.
our minds put away the things we like for a while, they now bring it back so that we can now start remembering it.
Okay, so that's your excuse for not knowing your favorite thing to do. Okay, that's cool. All right, so I'm going to start with my
And
first question. I have lots of questions to get to know you guys and to know what you do. So my first question I have here, are you ready for me? Are you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma.
Okay, let's go. So what made you excited to start learning coding? For me, I would say it's curiosity. I love the way things are. I'm a kind of person that once I see computer like this, I sit with it. I like to know how did this happen? How did this happen? Some things are there that I don't even know how it happened. But when I finally discovered how it happened, I was like, oh, really? So this thing is not even as hard as it is. Okay, so now my question to you, what made you excited to start learning coding? Me personally, I did start learning as a young age. I did not start learning coding at a young age like you guys. If my dad or my mom had the opportunity, he would have enrolled me too. But I really want to know what made you excited to start learning coding. So let me have Marcos first.
Thank you. What made me started excited coding? Let me
Like what
see.
excited you when mommy told you, Marcos, oh yeah, it is time for you to go and start learning.
No, that's not the way it happened.
Okay,
That's
so
not actually the way.
how did it happen? I'd love to hear.
The way it happened. Let me say again. The way it happened. The way it happened. And the way it happened was the time mommy was telling me that I should prepare for a class. But I was wondering what class was that. But when I logged in, I started learning about Scratch, and that started me get me interested that you can make game with this animations and stories. That was so interesting, very interesting. So after my school session, I wanted daddy didn't have the money for the session party. He wanted to use it for something else, which is this class. And when he asked me to decide which one he should use the money for. So I answered it and I said Rubies because I loved learning Scratch.
Oh, wow. It's like I love that. So you being the smart boy, you said, well, party might finish, but what I'm going to learn, the valuable thing I'm going to learn, is still going to be there. I love that. That's so, I don't know. Should I say it's inspiring? I think it's inspiring. Wow, I love that, Marcos.
Right.
Okay, so let's move to, I
Ruby's
think we have,
technology is actually amazing.
what do you say, Marcos?
Ruby's technology is actually amazing. That's why I decided to come.
Oh,
That's why I decided for daddy to use that to pay for this class. Because it is because of the scratch that I'm learning.
oh, wow, that's beautiful. Let's move to Amida. I love that, Marcos. So let's move to Amida. Amida, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's hear your own side of the story. What excited you? What made you excited to start learning coding?
Um, 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 I mean, I already started coding before, so like
Okay.
it wasn't really a new thing to me. But
Okay.
like,
When you started the coding, I mean generally, when you started, what
oh, when I
exactly?
started, oh, okay. Um, I like to be creative and I like exploring new things.
Wow. Okay, so and that made you venture. Oh, why? Since I love being creative, since I love seeing new things, why don't I just venture into coding, the line of coding? Is that what it is?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's
Ma,
good. All
ma,
right.
what Hamida just said is also the same thing. I love learning new things about science and technology.
Wow, good. That's so beautiful to hear. So I think Kim is ready for us. Kim, are you there?
Yes, ma.
Okay, so you have the floor. You know you didn't introduce yourself. We had difficulties hearing you the other time, but now you have to introduce yourself. Tell us your name, your age, what you're learning and your favorite thing to do before you now move on to tell me what excited you to start learning coding.
Hey everyone, my name is Kimberly and I'm 12 years old. I learn app development.
Okay.
So the question, in reference to the question asked, what excited me to learn coding is because of the vast movement of the world to technology. So I decided to try something in that aspect. So that's why I was excited to start coding.
Wow, that's good. You love the way the technology is just moving and you don't want to be left behind. You said, oh, this train that is moving, I think I need to better jump on it and move as fast as it's moving. That's cool. Okay, so my next question is going to be, I love every input you guys have been giving me since morning. Okay, so now my next question would be, what was the first project you built and how did you feel when you completed it? I'm a kind of person that when I try, I like I mentioned before, I try out new things. I like doing stuffs, creating stuffs. I like making projects. And even though I train kids, I still develop myself in that aspect. Okay, I'm coming to class. What's the new thing I can challenge my kids to do, my students to do, and the likes of it. So I'm a kind of person that when I build a project, I'll be like, oh, so this thing is possible. And I kind of feel some sense of satisfaction in whatever it is I do. So I want to know your own side of it. How do you feel? What was that first project? Do you remember what it is? I think my project that I built was this I built what kind of project? I think I have a lot of it. I can't even really remember the one, but I want to know yours. What is that first project you built and how was it like for you? So let me start with Kim, then I'll move on to Amida, then I have Marcus on the stage. So Kim, over to you.
So the first project I ever did was a text-to-speech app. I did it in class. So how
Okay.
the app works is it's a very simple design. So you input a text and you press a button that says speak and it says the text you wrote.
Oh wow, 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 wow. I think I know. So what does it
And
feel? Have you
also,
ever done something like that
ma,
before? And at the end of the day, when you're able to do it, what feedback did you let people try it out? What feedback did you hear? Did you get feedbacks?
ma,
That's very important.
ma,
Yeah, there was
Marcus,
not
wait.
you can
Okay,
also do the same thing on scratch like that. And making a
yes, sure.
text-speech project. You
Yeah,
can, and that can also be useful in for other countries. You can just like input which language you are from, or should I say tribe,
I
you
think I
are
know
from.
about
Then
that one
now
also.
you will ask it to ask what you want to translate.
That's smart. Okay, so let's hear Kim. Marcus, let's hear Kim's side. Okay, go ahead, Kim.
so much. There was like not really much feedback. The only feedback I got was like about the creativity of the background and stuff like that.
Okay, okay, that's cool. How about you, Amida? What was the first project you did? First project you did, and how does it feel like making it?
Mm, that was a really long time ago. That was a really long time ago, but like I built a website. No, was it a website? Yes, I built a website. Um it was a business website.
Okay, how does it feel when you were able to achieve that? Even though you had no idea of how it is before, but you ended up building something like that.
Mm, it was really challenging at first when I started building it, but eventually I was able to like overcome some challenges, ask from some help, and we felt good able to build it.
Good. Thumbs up. How about you, Marcus? You're muted, Marcus.
I'm temporarily unmuted actually. Ding dong. I do not know.
So, you're next. What was the first project you did, and how does it feel like? I think you'll share the story with me, but now let's share the story with everybody. Let them get inspired.
The first project I built was this cat, and the art spinning around. That was the first time I was learning about motion blocks on Scratch.
And
Wait,
you ended
was
up
it
using
the
it.
head spinning around the cat or the head just staying around that the cat was spinning? Can't remember.
Okay, that's okay. All right. So, do you think coding can be used to solve problems? Do you use it to solve problems? You know, there's this SDG objective, the Sustainable Development Goals that is being on, and we have the UN developed that, and we have lots of problems. They discovered we had lots of problems to solve in the whole world, right? Am I right? Okay, so and we have the 2030 to solve those
One
problems.
of my projects was on SD goal something.
It doesn't have to be. You might be solving a problem. But my own question is, are you using your coding to solve any problem? Probably you're building games to help kids. We have a lot of things you can do to solve problem, actually. We have a lot of projects that you can build. Like Amida said, she made a website. Probably I don't know, let me ask her why she decided to make a website, or what's that project you did and you felt like this project solved problem. Okay, do you understand? If you made a game, your game might be to leisure. Probably someone has been working out all day and they decided that, oh, I'm tired, let me just relax myself. And they stumbled on your game and they played the game and they relaxed. Or you made an app to help people learn. Yeah, Marcos, you want to? Yes, Marcos.
Is making a game actually useful?
Sure, why not? Don't you play games?
Is it for relaxing?
It depends on the kind of game you make, actually. But let me ask Amida and Kim. Do you guys think the games are very useful? What's your view about game making? Do you think we could leave this world without games? If there are no games, do you think we could survive without games? Because Marcos just asked the question. So let me hear Kim's side. Okay, Amida.
You can't. You can't survive without games because you have, I mean, it depends, but like there are games that are educational, there are games that you play for relaxation and time wasting. So I don't think games are a waste. I think games are really useful because it helps you to suit your mind and like clear your mind. Yes. It's not
Okay, that's Amida's side of it. Let's hear Kim's own. Kim, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what do you think about games? Marcus just asked a question about games. He said, is it really useful? Do you think we can survive this world if there are no games?
So, ma, we can and we can't at the same time. Because games can be used to pass time, but there are some games that just don't add any value to what you do. And on the other hand, like Hamida said, there are also educational games. They can help you to learn and they can teach you about stuff. So I say that we can't survive without we can't survive without games.
Well, there are some learning that comes in form of games, and you might, for example, there are some kids that when they ask them to read and read and read, I'm coming in Marcus, and they might know, but some kids can spend hours on games, and the same way it can be made for time wasting, probably wasting of time. It can also be educational. It can also help you one way or the other. We have people that make money from games, like playing games, and they make money. So we can't, yeah. Marcus, go ahead. Let me hear what Marcus has to say.
Games can also be made for fun. And I also want to tell you about this one project I got inspired from our presentation.
Okay.
Somebody said something about an app for translating to Korea.
Okay.
So that inspired me to make one project, but I didn't know how to. So instead I threw it in the trash. So I can add it back to the list of projects I have made. Besides it, there are like 52 of 3. I can add it if I can learn how to make it on scratch.
That's cool. Well, like what I was saying, there's a game I don't think game generally waste time. I don't think games are not games are that bad. We have, like I was saying, we have the educational games that you can learn from. We have various types of games. So
I said like Ludo. Mathematics, like Ludo. It teaches people mathematics.
Exactly. I have a game. I learn abacus, mental. You can even use your game for critical thinking. We have games in form of critical thinking that helps you develop your thinking abilities. Yeah, exactly. So I really say games is a total waste, actually.
You just reminded me of one of the games I made, which is a quiz game.
You see, exactly. Will that waste your time?
And also, I wanted to present it. I wanted to say it that quiz game, when you play it, it can also teach you the things I've been learning from online, like about science, maths, or about Nigerian culture.
Exactly. You see, that's an example of games. So I don't really think it's kind of waste, no. And do you think we can survive without it? Those people that are listening to us, those that are watching us, I need you to put your input into the chat. Let me know what you think about
can't survive
games.
without games.
Can we or can we not survive without games? Okay. Thank you so much, Marcos,
we can't
for that.
actually survive without games.
We can't survive without games. It all depends, I would say. It all depends on if we can channel that. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. There's no way for that. Okay, so moving on. I want to ask a question, which might be my very last question before we call it a day. Amida, are you there? And Kim, are you guys there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, so I wanted to ask about can anyone code? Do you think anyone can code, or do you need a level of mathematics or probably other subjects to be able to code? Talking from experience, you, what do you think? Do you need other subjects to be able to code, or you think you can code? And you guys have not answered my question.
Is there
Problem.
something wrong with your connection?
I didn't hear you, Marcos.
I didn't really hear you.
Okay, I think you're frozen. When you're back, I'm going to explain myself. But Kim, did you hear my question? So you're answering two questions at the same time about creativity. What project did you use to solve problem, and what kind of problem did you solve with it?
I
Then
didn't
I'll come to my
really
next
hear you,
question.
ma.
Okay, so go ahead, Kim.
Is it your
Okay, ma'am. So for about the goals and the projects of the goals.
Okay.
For the I picked the SDG goal. I picked the SD goal, quality education.
Oh,
So I made an educational app. It's also a quiz app. You get asked questions, the 4 questions that have been stored in the cloud. So you get asked questions, and when you're done with the questions, you can see your score. Then for the second one, I made a flashcard app. The
okay.
flashcard app is used for studying. So there are 2 places. When you input like a name, then you're supposed to, when the name is stored, so when you press start session, you will see the name and you're supposed to input what is about the thing you stored.
Oh,
For the second question, you asked if you have to learn mathematics and science to be able to code. It's a yes and a no, because there are different types of coding. There are now coding that is made easy so anyone can learn it just watching a
yes.
few tutorial videos. We have like block-based coding. Then we have advanced coding that deals with zeros and ones, and that you need to learn mathematics and or science to be able to do it, like JavaScript or Python. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, wow, love that. Okay, so yeah,
Ma,
like when
Ma, I
Marcus,
didn't really hear what you said before.
don't worry, I'm going to repeat myself, okay? So, Tim, in a nutshell, you are like, yeah, you told us about the project you have made to solve quality education. I love that idea. That's cool. And you also spoke to us about how you don't totally need to know mathematics for some kind of coding, and you might need it for some kind. But what, in a nutshell, what you're trying to say is everybody can code. Is that what you're saying? We have the ones for different ages and levels. Is that what you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so before I move to Marcus, Amida, are you there? So Marcus, the question is,
Yes, ma'am.
what project did you make to solve a particular project? What inspired that project? Did you hear the question now? Did you hear the
What
question?
project did I inspire? What did I?
Yeah, what project did you make? Yeah, to inspire. Did you make any projects and what inspired that to solve a problem and what inspired that? That was the question. Okay, so let's have Amida while Marcos is thinking of what to tell us.
Ma,
Yes.
I'm not sure I did make one. Ma, I'm not sure of what I am. I'm not sure I did make one.
Oh,
But
okay. Okay.
I did make a quiz game in one of the classes. So I wanted to present it on the presentation, but
But you couldn't at the
instead
end
I
of the day.
should just only present 2.
Oh yeah, I think I understand why. Okay, so let's have Amida.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, for the first question on what project did I make to solve a problem? Okay, I've made like different websites, but like
Okay.
the only one I know I made to solve a problem was a website basically on like a quiz website basically. So like you see some questions and you want like answer it. So it's like basically like like a survey basically.
Oh, now I understand what you mean by quiz. Wow. Okay, that's cool. That's amazing. And the other part, do you really need mathematics to start coding?
Um I'll say you I'll say you don't need mathematics and you need it at the same time because there's some
Jam.
like Kimberly said, there's some coding that you can do and you can just watch to like understand, while there's some like higher levels of coding that you require like some science subjects and mathematics like JavaScript and Python, like she said.
Yeah, thank you for that. Okay, so let's Marcus chip in one or two things before we
did
we
you hear a
round
jam
up.
from my speaker?
What do you say?
Did
What
you
did you
hear
say?
a jam did you hear a jam from my speaker?
No, I was busy listening to Amida. I was so engrossed in what Amida has for us. Probably that was the reason why I did not
Coding.
I want to show you one of my project. Is it okay?
No, wait, you show us after this, but wait. So thank you so much, Amida. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Marcus. I really love your input. I love everything you've told us about the gaming, how games we can survive, and how we cannot survive, and about how learning maths might not really matters for some kind of coding, and why it matters for another type of coding. And I learned a lot from everything you have shared with us today. So thank you so much for sharing your amazing coding journey with us today. But before we go, do you have one or two things to say to anyone that's not even started coding or contemplating on maybe they want to or they don't want to? Or do you have something that really struck you and you'd like to share? Let's start with Kim. Anything? Like a final word to everyone watching you and listening to you right now.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is that if you want to start coding, go ahead and start. If you don't want to, you can still think about it. You might have some ups and downs. You might have some difficulties, you might have some issues, but never give up. That's all.
I didn't ask you what difficulties you had. I'm sure you are talking from experience. What kind of difficulties made you say that? You had some. Do you like to share?
Okay, ma. Like when I was having some runtime errors, some indexing errors, and other errors.
And you were able to solve it.
Yes, ma.
That's the
To
great thing.
retrace my steps.
Good. That's one beautiful thing about it. Thank you so much, Kim. Hamida, how about you? What do you have to say?
Say, I'll say you can start coding now because I'll advise to start now because, and if you don't want to, I'll still advise you to still start now because coding is like really exciting to do. But like you're going to have like some challenges, some difficulties,
And you solve
some
it.
frustrating moments, but like still keep pushing and move on.
Thank you for that. So, guys, you have heard it. That one thing we always tell people is you don't have to worry about ending up becoming a computer scientist or, as the case might be, or a computer programmer. You can be a lawyer. You can be a lawyer. You can still learn how to code. It's just about the problem solving in that aspect. Probably you might want to be a doctor. It's all about solving problem. You don't have to be a computer programmer to code, huh? All right, so you guys have done such a great job, and I'm excited to see what you will create next. So keep coding, keep having fun, and remember, the sky is the limit, or should I say, the sky is your starting point. All right, do have a wonderful day, and see you at the next Kid Tech Talk. Before you go, guys, would you like to join us another time? Oh, Marcus is back.
Sorry, my internet something went wrong.
Yeah, I see that.
Ma, can
So would
I
you
now
like to
share
invite me?
with you with one of my projects?
Yeah, go ahead and do that. All right, so thank you so much, Amida. Bye.
Thank you, Mom.
All right, go ahead, Marcos.
Thank you all for having me. Bye.
Bye. So let me see the amazing project you have for me. What's the name of this project? Rubies Code. I think I love this already.
Marcus, your website is cool.
Marcos, you're muted. Amida just gave you a comment. I love this. Can you click on the don't like? Okay. This is cool. So you try to catch the coin.
Yeah, it's
What are
just
you
there's something wrong with the coin. It's the coin problem I'm having. So
the coin
I
problem?
needed to go to hide and show any position in the tunnel.
Then another thing I think you could do is don't let it, I think you can make it stagnant, like it's static. You can make it move in that direction.
Do you
towards
mean
the
like I can make it more easier to use?
I never said that. Well, this kind of project, what would you classify it? Is it a beginner's project, intermediate, or advanced? Scroll down. Let me see your blocks of code. Scroll down.